does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in your name? I do have a hang-up with prophets. I'm sorry. I think my wife has a prophetic gift. I think there's people who have a prophetic gift. I believe it's real. I believe it's true. I have a problem with the traveling prophet guys who go all over the place and set up these big things and everybody gets prophesied. I don't see that biblically, you know, that they have these big prophetic conferences and things and people come to them and everybody gets prophesied. I don't see that the way God does that. I'm not saying he can't do that, but I just don't see that. But I look at those guys as 50-50. 50 of them are right on target. 50 of them, I think, are off target. And there's guys coming and say, hey, Lord, didn't I prophesy in your name? Didn't I cast out demons in your name? Didn't I heal in your name? Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, done many wonders in your name? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. You don't want God to say, depart from me. What we want is God to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You may enter into the rest of your Lord. Hey, good to see you. I know it's been tough. I know you had some hard times. You hung in there. You did what was right. I know you weren't perfect. That's okay because I love you. Come on in. That's what you want. It all gets down to one thing. Obedience. And this is the toughest thing. Because every day I got a battle with Tom, who's of the flesh, who's of the world, who's a sinner, and what God wants Tom to do. Thy will be done. Our Father who is in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, Lord, because it needs to come. Tom's will be done here on earth as it is. Oh, it doesn't say that, does it? It says, whose will? Your will be done. Well, wait a second, Lord. I don't really want to forgive this guy. I don't really want to, be nice. I don't really want to do this or that. But that's my prayer, right? Jesus said, pray like this. I should be praying for his will. It's hard each day, but the only way that God is going to have that grace and mercy for me and see my heart as true is if I die to my will and I align to his will. Obedience. And let me tell you about obedience. Obedience is a breeze. When I order you to go down to Baskin Robbins and eat your favorite ice cream. Delisa, get in the car right now, go down there and buy yourself a whole triple-decker ice cream with Reese's Pieces all over it and eat it now. Dang, I hate submitting to my husband. Okay. Obedience and submission is easy when someone is asking you to do something you don't mind doing, amen? Why don't you go in there, lay down, eat some pizza, and watch a good war movie right now? Oh. Delisa's going to come in the next few days. I already know it. She's going to tell me, get down to GameStop, get the new Modern Warfare 3 game, and play it. Yes. Submission and obedience is easy when it's doing something you want to do. The test is when you don't want to do. There's the test of true submission and obedience. To anybody, to the police, to your boss at work, right? Your parents, whatever it is. When somebody is in charge over you or has authority over you and you have to do something. And Jesus said what? Submit to the authorities over you. That's when obedience really counts. That's when it becomes very difficult. But that's when it means everything. Especially with God. No, I don't want to forgive this guy. I want to give him a beating more. I don't want to. But I will humble myself and swallow my pride. And it's going to be embarrassing for me to walk in there in front of all these people and tell the guy, you know what? I'm sorry. But if that's what you want me to do, Lord, that's what I'll do. The more you do that, the stronger you become. the easier it becomes to do. And then all of a sudden, His will is your will, and it's not a problem at all. But this is where the true test is. In this scenario, and He's talking to a lot of these Pharisees and these religious guys. That's why the people marveled that He wasn't like the scribes. Jesus wasn't preaching from intellectual, from studying the scrolls and stuff. He was preaching from His heart. He taught as one who taught with authority, as someone who knew the Scriptures. Not as someone who heard somebody else, or this is what it says. He taught with authority. He taught with a passion. He's talking to these scribes out here, who He's told them before, you guys on the outside, you're great at looking good on the outside. You're great at that. But on the inside, you're like a tomb. Whitewashed on the front, but full of dead bones. Dark on the inside. It's not about the exterior. In this scenario, these people make verbal professions of Jesus as Lord. Yeah, I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. He's my Lord. And it's probably based on an intellectual decision. I did that once. Somewhere around, I don't know, 9th, 10th, 11th grade. I heard it enough. It all made sense. Jesus Christ is Lord. He died on the cross for my sins. He's my Savior. And I'm like, hey, Jesus is my Lord. He died on the cross for my sins. He's my Savior. Told my mom that. My mom didn't look too happy. She said, oh, that's good, son. I don't understand why now she didn't look so happy. Because there was no change. You know, all it was this. See, this never changed. This, I understood that Jesus Christ is my Lord. But my life never transformed.